Welcome. I'm so glad we're sitting down to do this today. Think of me as your personal financial advisor, and think of this explainer as your fundamental step-by-step blueprint to curing your money overwhelm once and for all. We're going to break down personal finance into simple, actionable steps. No confusing jargon, no get-rich-quick schemes. Just real, practical advice you can actually use, starting today, to take total control of your financial life. Let's get started.
Okay, let's dive into this because I really want to validate exactly what you might be feeling right now. Look at this. 57% of Americans do not even have $1,000 in savings. Think about that for a second. If you're feeling financial stress or wondering if you're ever going to be financially free, you are absolutely not alone. Over half the country lacks a basic safety net. That means a single flat tire or, an unexpected medical bill can immediately trigger a severe financial crisis. It's tough out there.
So here's our structured roadmap to get your financial house in perfectly good order. We're going to cover the financial reality check, the wealth building pyramid, your level 1 homework, and finally, why boring builds wealth.
All right, part 1, the financial reality check.
Now, before we can fix your specific situation, we really have to look closely at the numbers. And this one is a harsh reality punch. $37,000. That is the average American debt right now, and that completely excludes mortgages. We're talking about credit cards, car loans, personal loans, the whole shebang. It establishes the absolute urgency of taking immediate action on your finances. Seriously, I have worked with six-figure earners who are completely broke because of debt anchors exactly like this one.
Well, listen, I want to be incredibly clear with you. This struggle isn't entirely your fault. Look at this missing curriculum. How to budget, how to invest, how to build credit, how to avoid debt. You probably spent over a decade in school learning algebra and the French Revolution, right? But school spent 0 hours teaching us these absolutely crucial life skills. The financial industry actually kind of wants it that way so they can keep selling you products you really don't need. But hey, that stops today. Which brings us to part 2, the wealth building pyramid. Think of personal finance exactly like building a house, and this brilliantly illustrates our sequential blueprint. Level 1 is just understanding your money, figuring out exactly where you are right now. Level 2 is creating your safety net, that initial $1,000 emergency fund we talked about. Level 3 is establishing a monthly rhythm through a solid budget and aggressive debt payoff. Only then do we hit level 4, which is investing for your future. And finally, level 5 is your legacy, focusing on tax optimization and advanced wealth building.
Now, I need to put my advisor hat firmly on for a second here. Do not build a mansion on sand. You absolutely cannot attempt to invest or day trade until your foundation is perfectly secure. Trying to do all 5 of those levels at once is just a recipe for disaster. Far too many people try to, day trade stocks on the side while actively drowning in high-interest credit card debt. That is completely backwards. We have to build this one level at a time, in order.
So, let's get to work. Part 3, Level 1, your homework.
You can't improve something until you understand exactly where it is right now, right? So this is clear, highly practical homework. I am asking for literally just 2 hours of your time this coming Sunday to get this done. Step 1, track your income. Step 2, track your spending. Step 3, calculate your net worth. And Step 4, check your credit score. Let's break down exactly how you're going to execute this.
So the crucial point is, to track your cash flow accurately, you must use your actual after-tax take-home pay. Not what you wish you made or your gross salary, but what actually hits your bank account. Then, I want you to review the last 30 days of your bank and credit card statements for all your spending. This is such an eye-opening exercise, and it's going to help you find hidden money leaks. Trust me, you will very likely find subscriptions for streaming services or gyms that you entirely forgot about. Let's move to and see how this builds when we calculate your net worth, which is really just simple math, assets minus liabilities. So in this example, the total assets, things like savings, a car, and a home, equal $220,000. The liabilities, which are the credit card debt, the car loan, and the mortgage, total $173,000. Subtracting your liabilities from your assets gives you a net worth of $47,000. Now listen to me very carefully. Do not panic if your own starting number is negative. We all start somewhere. The real power here is simply in knowing the number. The final step of your Sunday homework is to go to annualcreditreport.com, that's the official government site, to pull your free credit report. I want you to check it carefully for any unauthorized accounts or errors. Establishing this baseline credit score is absolutely vital because it dictates your future loan interest rates and serves as a critical, unshakable component of your financial foundation. Which brings us to our final section, Part 4, Why Boring Builds Wealth.
Let's completely challenge the flashy, conventional view of personal finance that distracts so many people. On one side, we have the exciting but failing approach, the crypto day trading roller coaster, trying to perfectly time the market and acting on pure, unadulterated FOMO. Honestly, it's the financial equivalent of trying to win the lottery while your house is actually on fire. It just doesn't work. On the other side, we have the boring but winning approach, strictly following a budget, methodically paying off your debt, and consistently investing in index funds over time. Look, I know the exciting side is what gets all the views online, but the boring side is the steady approach where you let time and compound interest do the real heavy lifting for you.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it all distills down to one ultimate hard truth. Boring builds wealth. The people who actually get rich and build true multi-generational wealth are not the ones making exciting, erratic moves on a whim. They are doing the boring, foundational work, day after day after day. It's not sexy, for sure, but it works.
So I'm leaving you with a challenge. What is your biggest money struggle right now? And will you take the first step today? I want you to commit right now to doing your 2-hour homework this coming Sunday. Understand your money, establish that baseline, and join me back here for our next explainer in this series, where we're going to roll up our sleeves and tackle your monthly budget together. You have the blueprint. Now it's time to build. Catch you next time.